YouTube, what's going on, man? It's your boy back with another one. If you're new to the channel, you already know what to do, man. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Be sure to smash that like button for your boy, man. I do appreciate it. To all my supporters, man, I appreciate y'all for rocking with me this far. Before we start this video, a small disclaimer though, YouTube, I do not promote the sales of any firearms or anything being shown in my videos for that matter. So anything you see here is not for sale. I do not condone any sales or anything like that on my channel. This is strictly for my viewers, you know, just getting information out there for them, you know, whether it be reviews or anything like that in that order. So, yes, I do not have anything for sale. And I also want to say, man, that we just not only hit, but we also surpassed 2,000 subscribers, man. So that was a major stepping stone for me. You know, 1,000 subscribers was my goal, and we literally surpassed that in the last month and a half. So I do want to say I appreciate y'all, man, more than y'all ever know, because without y'all, I would not be able to do this, man, you know. So the fact that we're already at 2,000 and we surpassed it, just want to say, man, you know, I can't thank y'all enough for rocking with me this far, man. Just the other day, you know, I was coming up and I only had 3 subscribers, you know. So to my first 3 subscribers, man, shout out to y'all, man, because y'all started off, you know, building me up, and, you know, we here now. So I don't plan on letting off the gas no time soon, man. You know, y'all keep tuning in. I'm going to keep bringing y'all this content. And also, you know, we are in the process of being monetized. So most definitely, I'm humble, man, you know, and I really want to appreciate. I really want to take the time to thank y'all for that, man, because I really appreciate it. So like I said, man, just keep staying tuned because I'm going to keep dropping this content on y'all, man. And like I said, you know, any proceeds, you know, will be going back into the channel so that I could bring y'all more firearms, more reviews, you know, more vlogs, you know, whatever it may be, you know, more gun talks like this. So definitely stay tuned because I will have a lot of content dropping this year, man. I mean, we already started off the year strong, and I don't plan on letting off on that. So definitely, man, we coming strong this year, man. Like I said, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. So with that being said, today's video, I just want to talk about the 2 main guns that I kind of been, you know, having on the channel. Well, this been on the channel. If you've been rocking with me, you already know this is my day one. But this is actually my newest addition to the channel, the Dagger. So I actually wanted to do more like a comparison video to them because I just feel like it's necessary. And this is strictly my opinion, y'all. I'm sure this, you know, not that I'm sure, I know for a fact that there's other videos out there comparing the Dagger to Glocks and different things like that, which they practically the same gun, you know. This is a Gen 3 clone. This is Gen 5 Glock 19X, Gen 3-ish, I guess you could say, because some of the parts and things like that. But, you know, overall, this is a, you know, comparison between this practically the same gun, just, you know, the clone and then the real one. But nonetheless, this falls nothing short. This is a great gun so far in my experience having it. So I figured I'd just do the comparison, you know, kind of give you guys some little insight and things like that. If you're looking to purchase your first firearm, or if you're looking to purchase a Glock or anything close to it, if you are on a budget, depending on what your budget is, one of these guns might be for you. Either one, you know, if you don't like Glocks, then maybe none of these will be for you, which is why I say, you know, this comparison will be strictly just like all my other videos based on my opinion. So non-biased, this is just how I feel and my experience with these firearms in front of me. Also, man, we clear. YouTube police, we are clear, man. So, are clear. So, just so y'all know, we ain't rocking with no ammo. There's not even no ammo in sight, man. Trying to practice this safety, you know, safety's always my #1 rule, you know, and it should be yours too. But nonetheless, like I said, you know, I've had this gun much longer than I had this one. This gonna be going on almost 3 years with, and I just got this obviously about 2 months ago. I actually built this, bought this separate, you know, I got the frame and then I got the slide. So basically I just wanted to do, like I said, like just a quick side-by-side comparison on them. Obviously I've taken this one to the range already. I fired it, and you know, it shoots well for what it is. It shoots really well. But, you know, like I said, man, this is the real deal. You know, I love my Glock 19X, but I couldn't let up on this gun, you know, just for the fact of the price. You know, the budget for this one is much better than the budget for this one. You know, even though this is a clone, but you're not getting nothing short of a Glock. I mean, this is very reliable. I mean, I don't have a whole bunch of rounds through this, but from what I already could see, I know that I'm going to have, you know, good experience with this gun, you know, basically more towards in the future when I'm taking it to the range and running a few more rounds through it, obviously. But from what I've already experienced with it, I like it. You know, it's a great gun. Like I said, it looks good. I actually, you know, you can see here, I threw some parts on it. I got the dot on there. I got the light on there. Got the mag well. You know, I just did a review on this, you know, after putting on all the add-ons and the parts and things like this so you guys could see it. But even right out of the box, this is great because it comes with the slide cuts, you know, the suppressor sights. You know, comes with the Glockish trigger, if that's what you want to call it. This real nice finish. You know, I got the gray frame with the black slide. So, you know, I think right out of the box, you know, this is a bang for your buck, you know. So as far as price range, this is going to win all day because at the end of the day, you can get a Dagger for around 300 bucks. And also if you build it, it's actually going to come out a little bit cheaper. This ran me a little bit under, just under $240, you know, for the frame and the slide, which the slide came with the barrel and the recoil spring, and the frame came fully assembled already with the trigger and everything like that, you know, the mag catch and stuff like that. The mag release, I mean. And, you know, the slide. So everything was pretty much done for me, you know. So I didn't really have to do anything but just add the parts on that you see here. Now, you know, as I said, you know, the budget from this to this is really no comparison because this is about $300 cheaper than this, depending on where you find it at. The Glock, I mean, you know, depending on where you find this at, because you can find this for around, you know, the $550 to around the $700 mark. And keep in mind, this is the 19X. This is the original one. This is not the new one that came out. I can't speak for the price on the new one. But as far as price range, this is going to take the cake home all day. Just because of, like I said, what you're getting for the price is amazing. And these are reliable. You know, you don't even have to believe me. There's countless videos out there of torture tests and, you know, people running thousands of rounds through them. And, you know, these things don't let up. So most definitely, I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with the Dagger on that one. Now, as far as like, I could say, you know, the grip and things like that, like the grip texture, I like this texture. It's grown on me. Like I said, when I first got it, I liked it more than the Glock based off like the first impressions, but I still feel like it has to grow on me. And also because it has this finger groove right here. I do like the little undercut, the trigger undercut, because you can kind of rest your hand in there and it does help because, you know, when you're firing, you just get a better purchase on it. So this is something I'm still getting used to, you know. So as far as like the grip angle and things like that, I do still like my original go-to Glock. And obviously this has the full size 17 grip frame, whereas though this one is just a standard 19 clone. So I do like the frame and the grip better on this. So I'm still going to rock with the Glock on that one just because this is to be desired. You know, I'm not saying that I don't like the texture. I love the texture on it. You know, it is somewhat aggressive. But I guess I'm just so used to shooting my Glock that it's something that this has to kind of grow on me, which is why I said it has to be desired. Something that, you know, down the line, it may grow on me and I might end up liking this better. But as far as that goes, I'm still going to have to take the cake home with the 19X as far as for the grip. You know, even though it's very similar, but like I say, you do get a little bit more of a purchase, especially like I don't have the biggest hands, but I definitely don't have the smallest hands. So for me, as you can see there, I got a nice grip, a nice purchase on the 17 frame, you know, whereas though with this one, the main thing that helps with this is the mag well, which is one of the reasons why I added it. Because as you can see, I can still get my 3 fingers, whereas though without it, my 3rd finger is just slightly hanging off, even though with the mag, it'll add a little bit more of an extension. But that's the reason why I also went with the extended mag base plate, because it just gives it overall a nice, better look. And then with the mag well, you just can get a full purchase on there. So I do like that. Now, obviously, little things like this, you know, the mag release, I got the extended one on here because the Gen 3 clone one that came with it, I just wasn't really a fan of it. It was a little hard to push in. So, you know, with the Glock one, obviously, it's a lot better because, you know, it comes with the little checkered one. And it just feels better when you go to push, you know. Obviously, I don't have a mag in there, so I can't show you. But with the mag in there, it just comes flying right out like it's instant. With this one, you get a little bit of a lag with the original mag release that comes with it. You got to push it in. You got to really push to get the mag out. With the extended, that eliminates all of that. So once you hit the button, it comes right out. You know, you press the mag release, it's going to come flying right out. So I do like that. You know, the fact that I had to add that, I'm not going to count that as a negative. This is not really a win or a loss type of review. Like, I'm not going to tell you, oh, well, this is better, because I'm just giving you basically the comparison on my experiences with the gun. Obviously, I had this longer, so I got a little bit more experience with it, you know, but that doesn't take away from the Dagger, you know, so just certain little things like that. Now, one thing I will say, that it won't be kind of a fair comparison, but I do like the trigger on here. It's not horrible. A lot of people, I've never had an M&P, but I see what people are talking about when they say this has like the M&P style hinge trigger. And I've never shot an M&P, but I do see what they mean, because I know what the triggers look like on them. So it does have that style. But if you know, if I'm being honest, you know, this does has the Glock style trigger, you know, with like that sponginess after you hit the wall. But for some reason, I like it. I don't know. Like I said, it's still going to take some time to be desired. But for my first impressions on shooting it, I actually like the trigger on it. I don't think the break was bad. As you can see here, you get a little bit of travel to the wall, and then you just get a slight bit of sponginess after. But for me, I felt like it wasn't as bad as the original Glock trigger. And then there's your break. Your reset. Boom. There's your reset right there. And you come back. Just a slight bit of sponginess, but then there's immediate break right after. I feel like with the Glock trigger, you get a little bit more of that sponginess after you hit the wall. So this is not really going to be fair, because I don't have the stock trigger on my 19X. This is the Glock Performance trigger. So obviously you see here, there's your take up, there's your wall, and then you get the immediate break. So I don't know why people say that they almost don't feel a difference with the Glock Performance trigger, because I do, and I actually love it. And I use this for my everyday carry. And then you get your reset. You get a little bit of creep to the reset. And then an immediate break right after. Like, there's almost no play after that. Once you hit the wall, you can see it again. You kind of creep just a tad bit, but then it's an immediate break right after. Whereas though, you know how the Glock is, you get the little bit of sponginess, which the Glock triggers are not horrible. I'm not a trigger snob. You know, I say this time and time again. I actually love the stock triggers. I really just went with it because I like the kind of like the flat face design. Whereas though, you know, the Glock has the kind of like the curved trigger, like the Dagger here. So that's the main reason why I went with the trigger, because I just like the design better. I don't know what's wrong with me today, yo. I'm slurring my words. The design was better on this one for me. So I just thought, yeah, try it out, you know. It ran me about 80 bucks. So for me, I felt like, why not just try it out for 80 bucks? You can't beat that. But I ended up keeping it in here because I like it. I got used to the break on it. And after taking it to the range and shooting it a few times, you know, I had a nice experience with it. So I felt like, you know, I might as well just keep it on here because it hasn't really given me any problems or anything like that. So yeah, that's not going to be a fair win right there, because obviously I'm going to go with the Glock Performance trigger. You know, but like I said, this trigger is to be desired, but it's not a bad trigger, y'all. It's really not. If you shot a Dagger before, then you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so pretty much this is the same gun, like I said. You know, you guys obviously know that. I don't have to tell you that, you know. You're basically looking at a Gen 3 and a Gen 5, you know. That's basically what it is, you know. But for a clone, I feel like this is one of the best clones out right now. And like I said, for the bang for your buck that you're getting for this, you know, minus all the attachments that I got on here, just the gun itself, you know. This is one of the best bangs for your bucks that you're going to get. If you don't want to spend, you know, the $600, you know, sub $500 price tag on a brand new Glock, then I would say go with the Dagger, you know, because at the end of the day, you're still going to get the reliability. You know, you're still going to get excellent shooting out of it. You know, obviously you have to train to get better with things. So once you learn how to, you know, get used to the trigger and things like that, you know, you'll pretty much be fine with a Dagger. It'll be just like learning with any other gun, you know. But the one thing I will say, this is a lot more snappier because of the cuts that are in the slide. That's shaving weight off the slide, you know, which is shaving weight off the entire, you know, gun itself, which, and, you know, in comparison with this one, you know, this doesn't have any slide cuts or anything like that. So this obviously does have a lot more, you know, not a lot more, but you could definitely notice a bit of snappiness, which, you know, these have the same barrel, you know, the 19X has the same barrel. So as you can see here, you know, it's identical. And then let me see, I'm trying to get it for you guys to see. You can see there the slides are identical, you know, in size wise, because the 19 frame, the 19 slide, you know, is what's on a 19X, and then this is a 19 clone. So But if you shoot this one, you will notice the difference, you know, which is something I will say. If you do plan on getting the Dagger with the slide cuts, you're going to notice that extra bit of snappiness because of the slide cuts on there. Like I said, not a bad thing, just something that you have to get used to. But, you know, with the proper grip, you know, it won't be so bad. You know, you get used to it, you'll be able to shoot it just like any other gun, you know. Yeah, so just little things like that. And then also I will say, you know, the 19X, you know, obviously has the ambi slide release, slide catch, whereas though the Dagger only has the one. They don't come ambi. So that's one thing I will say, which, you know, I've seen people put the 19X on not the 19X, the frames of the Dagger on 19X. I've seen a few people do that, you know, and it does work, which is crazy because I didn't know the parts were interchangeable. So that's something you could consider, you know. But this one does have the just the slide catch on the one side, whereas though the Glock is ambi, as you can see here once again. One thing I will say, the takedown levers on this, it's a gift and a curse because when you get in the high grip on there, it kind of rubs a little bit. Not something that you're really going to notice, but it will kind of just, you'll feel just a little bit, you know, when you're going to shoot, you'll feel that little bit of rub on there from the takedown levers. But I will say that these are much easier to grip onto than the actual 19X ones or any Glock ones for that matter. I don't know what it is, but I feel like these are just more pronounced on the Dagger, the takedown levers. So that's another thing I will add in there. It's much easier to break this down, like to pull down with your nails when you go to take down a gun and break it down and stuff. So that's another thing I will say. And yeah, another thing that I wish they would have did with the 19X, my only complaint, and I wouldn't even call it a complaint because I've been dealing with it and it's not a super big deal once again. I wish they would have added the front serrations on here because you just get that little, it's a little bit easier to rack the slide when you have the front serrations on there, you know. Which obviously, you know, most people use the back, but sometimes I like to, you know, it's just easier when you got those front serrations on there. So I will give that to the Dagger. You know, I do like that they come with the front and rear serrations. And like I said, man, for the price point, you can't beat it. You know, it's not really any way you can get around that, you know, unless you send this off to get the slide, you know, serrations put on there, which, you know, that's something I've been thinking about doing lately. So I might, but like I said, it's not a super big deal to where as though like, oh, you know, I don't want this gun, or, you know, like, it's just something that I just live with already because I'm already used to it, you know. And I don't know, I don't really want to do too many modifying to this gun, too much modifying. Like, pretty much all the parts I got on here are just like general parts that anybody will put on their gun. But since it's my EDC, I don't really want to do too much to it. Pretty much going to stay like that. The Dagger is pretty much done. Not really going to do much else to it. But I hope this video does help you guys, man. You know, if you are looking for, like I said, a budget gun, like I said, you can't go wrong with the Dagger. If you want to spend that price point of $550 and up and you want to get a brand new Glock, then go with the 19X. But otherwise, you know, if you're on a budget and you want to spend, you know, let's say $250, $300, go with the Dagger, man. This is one of the best budget guns you're going to get out there. And like I said, you know, this is not really a win-lose situation, you know. Obviously, I'm going to rock with the 19X because it's just something that I already know. You know, I've been using it already. But that doesn't rule the Dagger out because at the end of the day, I've just got this gun. So the only thing I have left with it is time, you know, which is time to take it, train with it, get better with it, you know, and eventually this will become something that might be in my EDC rotation. As of right now, it's not. But like I said before, man, this thing is too pretty to just let it sit in the safe. So I do plan on running some more rounds through it and, you know, give it a little bit of a torture test, as if you want to call it that, you know. Going to take a little while to get there, you know. But once we get to that 1,000 round, 1,500 round mark, you know, I'll be back with another update for you guys and let you know how I was doing. But as of right now, it's a go. I love it. You know, I love both of my guns, you know, all my guns for that matter. So pretty much there's no winner or loser here. You know, this is just my preference on what I will go with. And obviously, I know the 19X more, so that's what I'm going to stay with as far as my EDC. But that doesn't mean that this will never grow on me. You know, this is just something, like I said, to be desired. And even now, you know, like, it's something that I want to get better with shooting. And pretty much once I know that it's a little bit, it's more reliable, like as far as running a couple more rounds through it and knowing that it could pass that test, then I'm good with it. You know, it's worthy enough to become my EDC. But until then, you know, we only have time to tell, and that's pretty much it, man. So I hope this review helped you guys out, this comparison for better yet. You know, if you guys are undecisive, you don't know which gun you want to buy, you know, I hope this helped you out. So with that being said, man, I'm going to leave this one here, man. And like I said, man, I do appreciate y'all, man. Be sure to run my videos up, man. You know, support your boy, man. I do appreciate it, man. For my day one supporters and everybody else rocking with me, man, I appreciate y'all for running up the numbers for your boy, man. Continue to do so, because in return, I'll be dropping more content for y'all, man. We got a whole lot of stuff that's in the works right now for 2024. So at the end of the day, you know, all I'm going to tell y'all is what I always tell y'all, man. Just stay tuned and be on the lookout for your boy, man, because we got a whole lot of content in the works right now. So I'm going to leave this one here, Hunter Gang, man. Y'all be safe out there, and check in with your boy next time, man. Until then, y'all be safe.